Alright, Mr. Wood, here we are breaking down the SPY from 314, which is White Day in Korea, which is like the Valentine's Day for Korea, because on Valentine's Day here, the bitch is supposed to buy presents for all the guys. So now on the 14th of March, the guys are supposed to buy presents for the girls. So yeah, I don't know why they do that. It's just like every 14th of the month, there's like some kind of fucking couples holiday, but I'm single, so that's why I have little Moroccan girls come over to my house on Monday. So it's good. Anyway, SPY's pulling back, constructive to the uptrend that has been in recent memory, having no like changes of character. As Redler would say, it's digesting prior gains of like this gap day and stuff. So pullback is kind of ideal for this uptrend to continue, and so start breaking out above these highs. As we talked about the other day, but we haven't, just kind of hanging out in this range. But price is closing up, kind of off the lows. So definitely say that's kind of bullish. Anyway, so I just want to break down some trades that happened from the prior day on Tuesday, the 13th, and or on the 14th rather, as it's about to be the trading session of the 15th today. So I only placed one trade, which was in this UAL. And if you zoom out kind of on the daily, you can kind of see what I was looking at. So kind of this like long sideways from December of last year to now, and kind of put in a top. So I was just really looking for a breakout either side of this range, and I had alerts set in. And this lower range level was a nice over-under level that I had looked at, and the prior day price had closed right at it. So we did, open lower below that level, as we usually discussed. Price coming up to kind of test that first would be ideal with a lower open, but we did not get that. Instead, we got the immediate zoom down. But this was a really nice bear flag entry, and unfortunately, I missed that entry. But you're gonna miss shit. But that was a really nice low risk spot to get in there, and about a 25-cent risk in there somewhere. So, but the idea was expansion below that daily chart level. So this other line was kind of this support, this little support level on the daily here. So that was kind of the only support we had coming into it. So what we bounced off this level, and I sold the first pullback in the VWAP right here. It didn't show on the for my trade from the prior day, but this is exactly on this red bar is where I sold. And I put my stop very far, even though I was so close to VWAP, I put my stop way up here. So I sold like 200 shares, and then I got stopped out on the trade. So my thought process is, here, this is definitely where I'm absolutely wrong on the trade, but this is really far away. So I got to do some thinking about how I want to approach if I'm doing the first pullback to VWAP trade, because I'm definitely giving myself enough room here. And I think that's fine. I think that was a good trade, and like when the trade does work, I'm definitely giving myself a chance, and I'm not going to get stopped out. But this was a trade where I got stopped out. What I liked about it was we were full Covel. As we said, we did not test up, which would have been more constructive for this trade, and we kind of open lower and go down. But I did wait, for a nice little pullback and the first pullback to VWAP. So one thing that was good about that trade. The other thing that maybe wasn't so good about this trade was that we have been coming down the past few days. Zoom into the other edge of the Keltner and into that level. So perhaps it's not the best trade that I could have been taking. But the idea was that we're breaking this longer term support, that volume was coming in, and we were following the full trend like Covel setup. So at least that's within my playbook. Okay, get rid of UAL. So the prior day I had talked about Momo. These overlapping bars, and why I say UAL wasn't so good. I mean, it moved a couple bucks, or like a couple bucks, but it's like a $60 stock, and Momo's like a $30 stock, and that was definitely set up for the breakout either way, as we've like notated by these two lines. We talked about these overlapping bars and inside days. It's kind of looking for a breakout after this volume came in. So looking at that, it was chopping around a lot in the morning and just kind of, not doing much until this volume came in. And then if we look, kind of zoom in, there was a really nice low risk entry just right in here. You could have, seen the, okay, bam, we got the failed failed red going green, and then volumes coming in, blasting them over the prior day's high with those two. This is the high from the prior 2 days as well. So there's a really nice low risk entry in here, is kind of holding higher, and the volume supporting the move. So Momo is definitely a great trade from the prior day. TGTX, just a breakout above these highs, and it's still holding higher. There hasn't been any indication that there's like a change of character. It's not really trending strongly, but I mean, it's still making higher highs, higher lows. So kind of look on the 1 minute, kind of the same idea, you know what I mean, as Momo. We kind of had this like failed red to green, and then you could have maybe been paying the breakout here for that was the prior day's high. Maybe could have been getting here, but I really liked this. It's kind of like your secondary, I guess, the cheese entry, but this is that other day's high for this the all-time high here. So we get that little pullback right under the all-time high. That's a nice low risk entry just right in here. Gonna stretch this out a little bit, just kind of put it in full context. So this is a little thin, but the principles, as we were talking about, of just like kind of not rejecting away from this level, and just trading a stock, that's making higher highs and higher lows intraday at all-time highs is ideal. PEDX, you could have had an alert, which I did not. Could have had an alert from this volume day, just right here at this low, would have triggered this day, and so little did open down, go down for sure, but the volume is good, and we get a little support. Prior support becomes resistance, right in here from that level or at a whole number. So it's a good trade. It trended all day. So I mean, I don't know if this is a really great longer term level, but it definitely had been respected over here and under here and over here, and then once again. So the 6 bucks was definitely a level. Maybe call it like a 6. Nothing too special, but still like having the volume, and we're in a downtrend already on the daily. So just kind of aligning the daily chart idea from the daily chart, and then taking the intraday idea of looking for a downtrend. So the idea is just coming in today. DWT, I mean, that's it's not tradable, so I'm just keeping that on there because oil, as you pointed out before, has been hot. So my idea, if we see kind of like a pullback here, maybe consolidate higher, or just a nice controlled pullback, kind of like we have in ESPR right here. So it's kind of trailing at these highs. If we take out any of these prior days highs and volume starts to come in, I think this uptrend is definitely still intact, and maybe you're looking for one more day to the midline, but we're having this nice controlled pullback. So ESPR is definitely on the radar. ALF, the volumes come in after this maybe climax day, and all the action happened in after hours, and then the pre-market from the prior day. So this wasn't really a good day, but we